Welcome to the Ever First Diamond Red podcast. I'm your host, Ben. On this podcast, I'm just going to get into detail a little bit about basketball here and Keats' tenure and just recap a little bit of Clemson and the Syracuse game coming up tonight. So we did finally get a quad one win. I'm honestly shocked. I didn't think we would win. I told my friend, I said, I would take Clemson money line, but that's just me, and we ended up winning. I mean, last second shot by DJ Horn. What can you say? I will give Keats props on that. Good two all timeouts because the first time out he, came in there and we set up a play, but it didn't seem right. So then he called another timeout and then got DJ Horn the ball. And honestly, everyone knew he was going to get the ball and had the floater go in, and it went in, and then 8 seconds left, and then Clemson came back down the court. It was kind of funny because all their fans were crying, "Oh, look at the ACC giving NC State a Tobacco Road treatment." I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me! Like, we're like, the ACC literally hates us. Like, if you think about it, they like y'all more, especially for football. Like, they hype y'all up a lot more than we do. Where the ACC literally hates us. I mean, they never advertise us at all. So, I mean, I just don't understand that argument. It's just funny to me. But, I mean, hey, we got the win. If they want to blame the game on the refs, that's fine. But, like, I just don't see that one cracks me up. Especially in football, too. Like, I know we're going down to Death Valley September 21st, and you can't tell me the year before with Will Shipley fumbling the ball out of bounds at the half, and he even knew it, and they replayed it, and they still didn't overturn it. Like, come on. Like, you can't. You guys definitely get favoritism too, so I know y'all would rather have it in football than basketball, so that part's just really frustrating. But yeah, I'm honestly shocked. We got our first quad one win. Finally got our first quad one win, so I mean, that's good. But moving on to Syracuse, so we played them at Syracuse, I think back in January. We lost by 12. The game definitely felt like it was a lot worse than the score. I mean, I turned it off at halftime. I didn't even, watch the second half because it was so bad. But it's just, we always put ourselves in a position to be like this, it feels like, under Keats. And, I mean, I guess we still have a chance. I mean, we got to win these games, and I just don't see, I don't know. I mean, we're probably going to make the NIT, so I do think it's funny because I did see a lot of fans on Twitter, or not a lot, but just some state fans who were like, "Oh, we got our quad one win, now I got my hopes back up." I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for 25 years. Both my parents went to state, and I'm just used to it. They do this, and then they're gonna win one in the ACC tournament, and then on Thursday we're gonna get killed. I mean, that's just what happens. I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen the tweet, but that one where it's like, I think it's been going viral, but state every year win a meaningless non-con game to look better, look frisky in the beginning season tournament, but never win it. Then we always get our hopes up, lose to UNC, and then we murder Duke at PNC, then lose to a crap team to kill our resume, and that's BT and Pitt. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say Pitt. Pitt's actually been playing well, but we still had no business losing to Pitt. If you just hit your free throws, we could have beat them. Virginia Tech, I mean, you can't lose to Virginia Tech, but I will say other than that, we haven't really lost any games we weren't supposed to, so I guess that's good. We kind of got lucky with the Notre Dame game, but we still pulled it out. I mean, that was a god-awful game. I guess that was the one we were supposed to lose to. And then, like I was saying, win a Wednesday game on the ACC tournament, then Thursday get killed, and then either miss the tournament or lose the first round. I mean, because he's never won a tournament game, so I mean, that's kind of where we're at. I mean, it's just, what I don't understand is why do we not schedule hard opponents in the non-con? Like, can someone tell me that? I just, like, why, like, our strength of schedule has been so bad under him. Like, and I know it's not on him scheduling, and I know it's kind of far out in advance, but I feel like basketball is a little bit easier to schedule than football. Like, football, you got to go 7-10 years in advance. I mean, for basketball, maybe what, 1 or 2? Like, come on. Like, I say you schedule every top 25 team you can think of: Kansas, Tennessee, Gonzaga, Kentucky. Just throw them on the schedule. Because, I mean, I don't even know how the net rankings work. I'm still trying to figure it out. But what I do know is it doesn't matter if you beat these, like, crappy non-con teams. Like, you need to take a chance, and if you win one, it looks good. You get a quad 1 win. If you lose, it honestly doesn't hurt you that much. So obviously you can schedule some of the crappy teams in there, but just literally schedule any, like, non-con team that's ranked in the top 25. I mean, you obviously don't know every year, but you can get a pretty good idea of who's going to be in the top 25 and who's not. I mean, just based off previous years. I mean, just schedule the powerhouses, and then if you win, look at that. If you lose barely, it makes you look better. Like, I mean, another thing is, if you look at it, Wake and us literally have, like, the same resumes. I mean, the exact same. I think they picked up a quad 1 win. I can't remember who. They moved in. But, I mean, if you look at it, we have the same resumes, right? They're ranked, their net ranking is 40th. Ours is 75th. The reason that is because Wake can run up the score on those types of teams. They just have the offense to do that. I mean, we don't have that. I don't feel like we ever have that team to be able to win by, like, 15 plus against an ACC team. So why not schedule these out-of-conference teams like Kansas, Kentucky, Gonzaga? I don't know. I mean, Texas isn't that good this year, but I'm just trying to think, like, the top 10 teams right now, like Houston. I mean, I don't even think Houston's that good, but if you schedule them and play them close, I feel like it looks better. You know? Like, it's just, I don't feel like we're doing a good job of looking at the net and how, I mean, our goal here is to get in the tournament. We're not asking for a national championship. I mean, we know the history we have, but we realize where we're at. I mean, I feel like I do. And I've never seen us. I mean, the best I've seen is Mark Godfrey, 2 Sweet 16s, 4 tournament appearances. That's it. That's all I have. Like, we need to, I feel like some people think it's too unrealistic because of where our program's at, but I mean, I feel like if we can do 4 out of 5 tournaments, that's where we should be at. I mean, and we're not there. I mean, I'll give the COVID year an excuse, but I mean, 2 out of 6? I mean, I don't think we're going to make the tournament this year. I mean, unless we win the ACC tournament. That's the only thing I can think of. It's just so frustrating. And I'm not saying I've lived through the glory years of when we were winning, but wow. I mean, we can't show, like, any resemblance. You know? Like, at least, like, make the tournament. That's all I'm asking for. Just make the tournament. Just make the tournament. And who knows, like, that's what you can build on, though, is if you make the tournament, 4 out of 5 years. Look at Mark Godfrey. He went to the Sweet 16 twice. And I'm not saying you're going to make the Sweet 16 twice if you go to the tournament 4 times, but I'm just saying you can at least put yourself in a position to build the program into saying, hey, we're Texas Tech. We can make an Elite 8 run. I mean, they made it to the national championship against Virginia. I mean, Texas Tech can do that, and we can't. We can't even make it to the Elite 8. I'm just saying you got to build up to that, and that starts with making the tournament year in and year out. But, I mean, I will give Keats credit on this. It is hard with the transfer portal. like, not a lot of coaches want to do that, and you basically have to rebuild a roster every single year. Now, I will say I like the way he's recruiting in the sense of, let's go get, I don't know, 2 to 3 high school kids, and maybe more than that. I don't look hard into the recruiting, and then just get everyone else from the transfer portal. But then it takes time to build the chemistry. So I don't know, it just feels like we never have a gelled team. Like, I honestly can't remember the last time our team gelled. I mean, I want to say the 2018 season. I mean, I would say last year, but it just only felt like Darkel and Turk, really. And then give DJ Burns the ball and everyone get out of the way. So, I don't know, when we had Devin Daniels and all of them, like, it just felt like we had a lot more chemistry and the ball was moving. Markel, it just feels like with all this roster turnover, it is hard to, like, keep that chemistry to be able to get to where we want to be. But that's just what I think. But all right, so tonight we got Syracuse. Obviously, we need this game. I mean, when do we not need a game? But we definitely backed ourselves into a corner. But hey, we gave ourselves hope again by beating Clemson. I do think it's funny though how, like, some people are like, oh, now I got my hopes back up. We might be able to make the tournament. I'm like, dude, oh my God. How do you even live like this? Like, you might as well, you got to expect the worst. You know, like, what's the point of, I mean, I understand there's always hopefulness, but it makes me think, like, if we didn't have that 83 run, what would people be thinking? I mean, I'm sure there would still be support, but people wouldn't be like, oh, there's a chance. There's a chance. I mean, I would say a majority of State fans know that there's not, but it just cracks me up that there's some that's like, oh, now we're back in it. And trust me, I want to support them too. It's just like, I don't know. It's just, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll wait till the end of the year, and then I'll give my whole piece on everything that's gone down. But okay, so last time we played Syracuse, like I said, it wasn't pretty. I felt like we had way too many turnovers. I mean, our field goal percentage was at 35.8%. And like I said, I mean, I didn't even watch the second half. So, I mean, I don't watch Syracuse that thoroughly, but I didn't feel like anyone played well when we played them. I mean, Syracuse is a beatable team, especially at home. Maybe it is harder on the road because, you know, Chapel lost there. So I'm seeing right now that the spread's at Syracuse -4.5. I'm not gonna lie. If I had to bet on it, I'd probably take us covering. I guess the Clemson win did get my hopes up, but I guess I'll take us tonight. Don't feel too confident, but we need this one, so I feel like we'll play well. We have been playing well the past couple games, but that's what makes me scared is, are we going to blow this one? But see, this is what I think. I think we'll win these next few, Syracuse, then BC, and then we'll beat Florida State. And then we'll go into the Chapel Hill game like, oh, we're actually not bad. And then just get murdered. But I don't know, time will tell. So our all-time record against Syracuse is 6-13. I think our first game was back in the 90s. I could be wrong. And then under Keats right now, we're 3-6 against them, and we've lost 6 straight to them. So that's honestly make me want to take my pick back, but that's not a good sign. But I mean, the good news is maybe we shoot a better free throw percentage away. I mean, that's what I think. I mean, I feel like our students should get in there and just every time we shoot free throws be as loud as when Syracuse shooting free throws. Maybe we'll make more. That's just what I think. But I mean, our free throw percentage against them was 9 for 11, and they were 20 from 32 from the line. Not surprised that they have that many more free throw attempts than we did, but you know. They didn't really hit their free throws, so maybe that's a good sign. If we foul them a lot tonight, they might not hit as many. But, I mean, I feel like it's pretty evenly matched. I mean, if we could play the way we've been playing, I think we'll win. I definitely think we would cover 4.5, but maybe that's just me being optimistic. I honestly, speaking of crowd noise and everything, the Pitt game was brutal. Like, I was at that game. It felt like there was no energy. And I'm not, like, blaming any fans or anything, because I completely understand. It's just, it's just funny because people were like, oh, well, we've had 11,000 plus, blah, blah, whatever the number said at the Pitt game. And most of these two schools don't even get that per night, like Duke, Virginia Tech, Clemson, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you might want to take a look back at that, because I think we only had I saw 6,700, like, in the seats. So it'll be interesting to see tonight how many we actually have. I mean, I hope it's more than 11,000 that we quote unquote say, but I don't know. There's just not, I mean, just going back to, there's just not, like, any passion behind NC State basketball anymore. Like, before I went to state, like, I love watching basketball with Mark Godfrey. I would be excited for every game. Maybe it's college basketball as a whole, or maybe it's just me, but I remember Saturdays I would watch all the games, then wait for our game, or vice versa. But now it's just like, basketball's on. I'd rather do something else and wait for our game. And I might watch it if we don't play bad, but it's still not fun to watch. Like, I've even missed games watching this year, and I never miss a game. So I don't know if that's me or how everyone else feels, but it just doesn't feel like there's passion, like, behind our basketball program anymore. I mean, there's a little bit after the Clemson win. I feel like that gave a little boost, but it's still, like, it just feels like all season it's like, if we lose, oh well. Like, if we lose in football, that's different, but now it's just like, oh well, we're used to it. Like, I mean, that's where we're at, and it's just not fun. I just want to see, like, fun basketball, like, out on the court where you get excited for games again. We have the history to do it, and I always think the best chance of us winning a national championship is through basketball. It's not football, even though I like football more. I'm just being honest. Like, football pays the bills, but what are we gonna win? What sport are we gonna win a national championship in? And those are two important sports. Obviously, baseball. I like baseball too, but got robbed in 2021. But just saying, like, if we win a baseball national championship, it's not going to be as much as winning a basketball. I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, football would be. I wish we could. That would. Imagine if we did. Like, no one in North Carolina would be able to talk to us. It's like, oh, you have 6 in basketball? Well, we have 1 in the sport that matters. It brings in billions of dollars, I just couldn't even imagine. But getting off on a tangent, I haven't watched Syracuse much this year, but they did beat UNC, so that's a little scary. I think as long as we take care of the ball, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, hopefully a good amount of fans show up and are cheering loud. I mean, I wonder what the over-under would be if you had to take a number guess. I don't know. I would maybe do, like, you want me to do 9,500? Nah, I mean, since that Clemson win, I'll go 10. I'll do 11,000. How about that? 11 over under 11,000. I guess we'll see. And I want to see the post of people actually showing how many people show up in the stands. I'm so sick of people saying like, oh, this is how many people we have. It's just a big arena. Guys, those people aren't showing up. They're just paying for the tickets, which helps revenue. But I'm just saying it speaks volume when those people don't show up. Well, that about wraps it up. I really do think that I think we'll win tomorrow. I might be wrong, but I'm feeling good. Maybe it's just coming off the Clemson win, but I do feel like it'll come down to the wire, but hopefully we have the fans there to give us some energy, because the Pitt game was rough, which I don't blame anyone. I know students were having tests and stuff like that, but hopefully we bring the energy. We're a little bit back because we beat Clemson, but just remember, when we're shooting free throws, just cheer as loud as you can, so we'll hit them. This time we'll hit them. Maybe maybe in the first half, what they should do is, you know how they have the Chick-fil-A, you get a Chick-fil-A sandwich if they miss two, I think, with 8 minutes left in the second half, the opposing team. I think what they should do is, for the first 8 minutes of the first half, if we miss two in a row, we get something else. Like, I don't know, there needs to be another sponsor in there for like a free cookie or something. I don't know. We could just throw that in there, and I mean, we would get it every single time. So, or maybe like make it like embarrassing, like if they miss two in a row, like it would be something like, I don't even know, like something like crappy from Chapel Hill, like, I don't know, like one of their foods, maybe something like that. If we miss two in a row in the first 8 minutes, I feel like we should do something like that. But I think that wraps it up. Hopefully we win tonight, and go Pack.